Okay, I want to explain something here. I've got an ortho mister, and I love this thing. And I ended up, I don't know if it was because I left fluid in it or what, but I'd got a new nozzle and that didn't work. And so I had taken it apart and checked the pump and see if the pump would turn over. It did, and I put it back together and it still wouldn't work. Wouldn't come with the nozzle completely out of it, it wouldn't spew anything out. I talked to ortho and they was able to send me a new nozzle, but they didn't have a replacement pump. So what I did was I got onto Amazon and searched, and I found a pump right here, a Croc-C. I went through it and tried to match it up as close as very possible on everything. The only difference on it, on the outlets between the old pump and the new pump, the outlet and inlet was just a touch size bigger. It's a 1/4 inch, and the other outlet was not quite that size. So I turned around. I had bought an expander which expands hoses, and whenever I was able to expand the hose enough to get it over the inlets and the outlet, and the little clamp on it wasn't quite big enough, so I was able to expand it a little bit, enough to get it down on the top of each one of them. I'm hoping this works. What I had gone in and with the wiring on the pump, I had gone ahead and I had taken the wiring off the old pump and resoldered it, and then heat shrinked it back so there's no splices in it, the wire, and then it plugs in right there. So I just wanted to kind of share this. If this works, I'll make an extension to this video to show you how to do that. The only thing I could be afraid of is that the pump might have too much power, but because of the inlets on it. The rest of the pump is identical size, shape, and length of the factory pump that come in it. We'll get her back together and see what happens. There's one other thing I want to notate. I got it all back together. Whenever I first cracked the casing in half, when I took it apart, make sure you're over a good open clean bench and watch the fan at the back side. And also take it apart, you will have to take this nose piece loose. You take the 2 screws out of it, and see in the very bottom of it there, that's your nozzle right here. See, this is your nozzle. And whenever you back it out or put it back in, it's got a slot in it. It'll stop you to where the hole is pointing straight up to where it inducts with the air.